The quarterly all-hands meeting had 200 people in it. My director, Roland Fitch, stood at the front with a slide deck and a fresh haircut. That's the moment I chose to raise my hand and ask, very calmly, why my name appeared on an edited payroll record with someone else's account number attached to it. I watched the color leave his face from 40 feet away. 6 months earlier, I had been at Caldwell Logistics for 4 years. My title was Senior Operations Analyst. The work was unglamorous. Freight audits, vendor reconciliations, process documentation nobody reads until something breaks. I was good at it. My year-end review confirmed that. Exceeds expectations, written in black ink, signed by Roland himself with a promised performance bonus of $7,600. I waited for that deposit the way you wait for a delayed flight. March became April. April slipped into May. Every time I asked Roland, he had an answer ready. Budget cycles, finance, sign-off, a system migration complicating disbursements. His excuses were always just plausible enough to diffuse the question. So I waited. It was a Thursday in June when my phone buzzed with an internal message from someone in payroll named Delia. She said there was a discrepancy in my compensation file she needed to clarify. I assumed a routine verification, a wrong bank digit, something minor. When I sat down with Delia, she slid a printed report across the desk. 2 edits had been made to my payroll record in late February. The first restored my base salary after an accidental reduction. The second redirected my performance bonus, the full $7,600, to a different employee account. That account belonged to a man named Cody Fitch. You wouldn't believe what I felt sitting there. It wasn't rage, it was a cold, settling certainty. Cody Fitch was Roland's nephew. He had been at the company 11 months in a junior warehouse coordinator role. He had received, according to Delia's report, a bonus he had no documented eligibility for, processed without HR approval, justified by a single line in the system. Discretionary Performance Award. I asked Delia one question. Could she tell me who made those edits? She pointed to the timestamp and the user ID at the bottom of the report, Roland's login credentials. I didn't confront him that afternoon. Instead, I went home and opened the folder I kept in my desk drawer, the one with my signed compensation letter from November. It stated clearly, performance bonus of $7,600, payable Q1, contingent on year-end review outcome. The review outcome was in the same folder. I photographed every page that night. For 6 weeks, I said nothing. I spoke to an employment attorney on a Saturday morning. She told me the payroll edit history, combined with my signed compensation letter, constituted strong documentary evidence of wage theft. She advised patience. She also advised I formally request a copy of the payroll report through HR. In writing, through a ticket that would create its own paper trail. The company's quarterly all-hands meeting was scheduled for mid-August. Roland always ran the operations segment. He liked the stage. I submitted a written question through the meeting's internal Q&A portal the evening before. Most people used it for logistics questions. My question referenced the payroll discrepancy by its ticket number, named the edited record, and asked the Director of Operations to clarify the authorization process for discretionary bonus reassignments. HR saw it before the meeting started. So did the VP of Finance. When Roland took the stage, he didn't know I was behind that question. He assumed it was a routine audit inquiry. He began answering generically. And that's when I raised my hand from the 3rd row, said my name out loud, slowly, so every person in that room understood exactly whose bonus was under discussion. The moderator read the question aloud. Every head turned toward Roland. He tried to explain. The words came out tangled. He mentioned Cody's name, which he shouldn't have. 2 senior HR partners were already positioned near the side wall, watching him carefully. Roland was placed on administrative leave 4 days later. The investigation ran 3 weeks. Cody's employment was terminated for receipt of improperly authorized funds. Roland resigned before the process concluded, which meant he forfeited his own severance eligibility under the company's misconduct clause. My $7,600 was restored in full, plus the interest my attorney had requested in a formal demand letter. Here's what I've carried with me since that afternoon in the all-hands room. Patience is not the same as passivity. I waited not because I was afraid, but because I needed every document in place before I spoke. When I finally spoke, one calm question in a room full of witnesses did what 6 months of private frustration never could. Evidence doesn't expire. It just waits for the right room. Have you ever been cheated out of a bonus you earned and had to fight to recover it? Drop your story in the comments below. And if you want more stories where the paper trail does the talking, subscribe to Karma Serve Cold. We're not done yet.